Now, I wish that you would all be living vicariously through me, or I could live vicariously through you, because I'm not going to pretend that I just made 40 grand on the Beyond Meat short, even though it was one of my best calls of the year, of the century, of my life. But we couldn't short the stock, and by the time we got the locate, it was already down to 182.50, so it wasn't as exciting. But you know, you could have shorted some 205 calls for $8 or $9. They went down to like $2. There was 5 or 6 points right there without having to be short right in the stock. Anyway, listening to Death Cab for Cutie Gold Rush in the background. I'm going to leave it on repeat for the next 16 hours. If you don't know Death Cab for Cutie, one of my favorite bands. One of my favorite bands. Very mellow but trippy. They also have very, very sad emo songs. You want to smoke pot and start crying about it. You know, that's the band for you. Love that band. I went to go see them at Forest Hill Stadium, which I haven't been to. Go check out Forest Hill Stadium. Phenomenal. But they're not very charismatic on stage. I wouldn't go see them again because I could just listen to them in my headphones. It's the same thing as being at the concert because that's how good they are. They sound like they're recorded live. Phenomenal. But what's the point of paying, you know, $80 to see them? He does one move all day. He's got that one move, and that's all he does. Anyway, you know what I like about trading is shorting Uber today. I love Uber. I own Uber. I think the stock's going to $50. But today, just like I won't be fooled again about any stock that I own, like, you know, Yext. I got some Yext. You know, I got some INSG. We all know, and I bought more yesterday at 420. I got some Uber. I was going to buy some Sun Power. Got some Snap, by the way. I keep forgetting to mention that. Snap. I think that thing's going to 20. So, again, these are not positions that are going to change my life. I just might as well have a couple of things on. And, you know, if they're going to keep going up, you know, obviously Beyond, we had it over the weekend. Came in yesterday, sold it, and it went up another, whatever, 30 or 40 points. So that's why I was kind of bent on trying to short it. I want to show you the chart. Hang on a second. Is this thing on? This thing on? I don't even know it's on. Anyway, if you don't know Death Cab for Cutie, man, phenomenal stuff. And if you don't know Vampire Weekend, get into Vampire Weekend. They just got a new album. Or we could put on some reggae man. You guys know about the Easy Star All Stars? They take all the songs that you love and make them into reggae songs. Why not puts? So damn expensive. My boy bought, I mean, he made money on it, but he bought the 160s for $2 when the stock was 40 points up. I mean, it was crazy. Oh, UVXY. Yeah, not only is it not sucking now, but UVXY starting to really, really not suck. I mean, I suggest nobody trades it, but if you're in it already against my wishes. No, what? No, Beyond Meat's over with now. We only take easy money trades. But I have to admit, UVXY, I was going to buy it. That's why I was kind of joking around about not buying it. And then, of course, it worked. Stock basically, you know. But what's telling me now is that this market wants to give back some of this move. UVXY is finally, you know, cooperating and giving you that, you know, that same idea. Anyway, I'm flat now. I just got, you know, I got a couple of hundred left at an uber short. It didn't go negative, so you know, I'm not going to sit with it. Sting on. I'm bouncing my head with my own head. It's so funny. So here, check it out. This is why I didn't buy puts, because I didn't want to stay short the Beyond. I had a feeling, and, you know, called it pre-market as a short as I posted it up on, really it was the blow off top candle right at the beginning of the day when it couldn't break back above the high point from the pre-market right there. I was already thinking short, okay, but couldn't get a locate. Next thing you know, this thing's breaking under the VWAP at 196, which now confirmed the blow-off top candle, right? But for me, it really wasn't a short until it got down to see how it got to 182.50 area and then bounced all the way back up to that 191, right? But it still was underneath the 1 minute VWAP, and it couldn't break back above the area from where it broke down to. So it got back to that, you know, that last breakdown area. So support became resistance, classic, right? By the way, MGI, I can't believe this thing's at 320. And then it rolled over. So at that point, now I'm thinking, okay, I could sell myself a 190 call, knowing that if it breaks back over that 190, I'm going to quickly take that 190 call and I'm going to take my loss and I'm going to be done. But now the stock starts to roll over, even if it starts to rip back in your face. Because let's say you're shorting the stock or you're buying puts. If you're shorting the stock, you're in it, right? $2 away. If you're shorting it at 172, it rips up 2 points, you're down 2 points. If you're short the 190 call for $10 and it rips 2 points and then chops around and rips up 2, down 2, 3 points, you still got that 20-point cushion to not sweat it out. You understand? So for me, that's the way I looked at it. I could short Beyond Meat with a little bit less risk, but I'm not going to make the 40 points, obviously. I'm only going to make probably half of what I sell that call for, because there's no way I'm holding the Beyond Meat call naked overnight to see this thing open up at 250 for some reason. So you sell 2 contracts at $10, thing comes in 7 or 8, you take your 7 or 8 points and you'd be happy with it. So, that's kind of what, that was the only thing I could do. And then I found out that the locates were available. 37 cents a share to locate Beyond Meat, which obviously when it's things moving in 20, 30 point increments, it's, that's what you got to pay. So that's what you got to pay. But going back to the ones that are still going up, Crowd, I gave it to you guys the other day. Okay, listen, this is 1999 all over again, right? So if you're trading these IPOs and it's all about momentum, right? All you're doing is buying them when they break prior highs. That's why Beyond Meat was still a buy up until the other day. And that's why Crowd was a buy yesterday and again today, CRWD. And you want to see some crazy stock that, our guys are in. I'm not in it right now, but I hate upgrades, but the upgrade led to a massive breakout on Sun Power. SPW freaking R. And this thing's got a clear shot to $11.65. And because this market's so absurd, when it broke 980, I'm thinking, you know what? This thing could go to 1165 today. And you know what? You're still going higher here. But at 1050, I mean, where do you take profits on this thing? And again, I'm not in this position, but I did recommend it at 980. And that's not something I do. But because the chart was so beautiful, that Sun Power chart, I'm going to show you. That Sun Power chart reminds me, the first thing I got reminded of was AMD. It looked like an AMD chart. And I'll show you why. Yeah. Oh, by the way, here's the Beyond Meat. You know, here's your blow off top candle when you couldn't break. You broke a new high, but you didn't break the prior day high. You didn't buy the pre-market high. There's your 1 minute VWAP. There's that range that it kind of found love at for a second, but then couldn't get back to 1 minute. It wasn't up until here where I really felt comfortable shorting it again, you know, right there. When it failed to get back over that range that it broke down from, and then it didn't get back over the 1 minute and then rolled back over. And I love a 182.50 number. That's just a big number. And look how it got to the multi-day. By the way, this dotted orange line, as I'll show you at the seminar or if you come to the room, the dotted orange line, the multi-day VWAP, that line was there all morning. It's not because the stock went there. The stock went there because the line was there, calling it like crack to Pookie or Pookie to crack. By the way, I can't believe UVXY is working. I was just goofing around at 32.75, but I just hate this thing so much that every time I trade it, I immediately sell out of it because I just don't want to be involved. And then it's actually finally moving up, and you're getting some selling in the market. But here, take a look at this Sun Power. Breaks. Here's your new range. So right here, I got, you know, excited about the stock to get to at least, you know, 10 or 10.50. But look at the monthly and yearly chart. Look at the 5-year. Look at the let me see if I give you like a couple of year time frame. Here's a 5-year chart. You got to consolidate it. And you know what? I don't need a 5-year chart. What I need is a 2-year chart. You'll see it better. How about a 3-year chart? 3-year chart's kind of too jump. Let me just find the one that I want to show you. Because it's a nice looking chart. I like when shitty stocks come back to life. So here you go. This is a 3-year chart, right? 3-year VWAP just got broke, right? But you're also getting out of right there, 997. That's a 2-year, that's a 1-year high. So where are you headed to? You're probably going to be headed to the top of this range where it came from. So that'll be a 2-year high. So now that you broke out, this thing's got some smooth sailing. You know, you just got into this. This was our first target, the candle. I'm pointing it to it like you could see it right here. And that's where we are. So if you get through there, you got the gap in there. You got some noise and mess in there, but that's probably where you're going to get up to, 1160. But again, if you're in here from 8, 9, 10, this is where you take some profits and you hold on to the rest as a swing trade. And that's about it. So, my man. No, I'm not going to buy puts because I'd rather just trade it for the day. You know, if I do decide to, you know, want to stay short, then I would buy a put, but I don't. I'd rather see, I could legitimately see the stock making at least one more attempt to get into the 200s again. I don't think it's over. This is a very, very controlled sell-off. This is not a mass exodus, even though there was a 40-point sell-off. Okay? And just remember, think of it as a $16 stock pulling back 40 cents. It's really, it's all relative, you know? Yeah, it's amazing that it just fell 40 points, but it's all relative. I wouldn't short it now either. You know, the easy money is over. I only trade easy money trades. 182.50 was an easy trade. Anything else, I'm not interested right now. You know? But here, take a look at Snap if you guys, you want to, you know, I'll show you some. I'm, again, not a huge fan of swing trades, but Snap has turned into a swing trade because the stock is so goddamn good. You know, it started as a goof down here. We sold, you know, majority of it in the tens, but we still got a little bit. And now you're over its lifetime VWAP. Why wouldn't you hold on to some? So for me, even if you're buying it right this second, you could use 1365 and 1350 as your stop. So assume, let's say you buy 200 shares, right? You buy 200 shares right now at 1480, whatever it is, right? 1485. You throw 100 on the stop at 1365 and 1349. So what are you risking? You're risking about, what, $1.20 on 100 shares and $1.45 on the other 100. So nothing, really risking $300 on the trade for a stock that looks like it's got some smooth sailing to at least 17 bucks, right? And if you can get through the 17, then you're getting up to the 1850s. And then, you know, we're looking for this thing, obviously, to recapture some of its glory back in the 20s. And if this gets into the 20s, everybody who hasn't bought it at 5, 7, 12, 8, and 15 and 17, they'll come into the stock at 20 because that's how the market works. Nobody wants to buy it when it sucks, but they'll buy it when it's overvalued and, you know, momentum's got its back. And that's what's going to happen. Hopefully, at 1750, we get a rip right to 20, and then I'll see selling it to those guys. And maybe I'll hang on to a smidgen to see if it gets to 30 eventually. But, you know, just like AMD, just like SunPower, once they start to find love again, the shorts overstay their welcome, and next thing you know, crushed. You get crushed on your short. Just like Uber. Trade's over. Trade's over. Didn't want to stay negative? Done. Done. I'm not going to stay short. Shorting is short-lived in a bull market especially. This market never goes down. And why would you want to stay short? So here, we got short on the breakdown right here through the multi-day VWAP. It went to break even. We started covering on this move right here. And we just got stopped out of the rest because there's no reason to stay short anything because we never go down, ever. And that's that. So I'm going to take the rest of the day off probably. And if you guys want to hang out, remember you can hang out till the 4th of July weekend on me. Come on in. Password is fake meat, of course. Uh-oh.
Wink you wink and think you think, drink you drink and drunk you drunk.
You know this one?
I say, funk you funk, funk you funk you funk. Funk you funk and drunk you drunk. Bank managers will be there. Bank managers will be there. World Bank, Global Bank, International bankers will be there. Drink you drink, wink you wink.
So sick. So sick, this SPWR, man. Like I said, never a fan of upgrades, but this upgrade led to a massive breakout. And you just broke. There it is, 1065. Unbelievable. Wait, did I show you why 1065? Look, all you're doing is you're going back to prior candles and seeing where those prior candles were. And generally, once you start your new trend, you get to those prior candles. Even if it's 2 years ago. 1065, big number. Sorry, it's actually 1075. Looking for the closest candle right there, 1075. That's where you're headed. And if you get through there, you know, you're going to hit some resistance right in this spot. But this thing looks like it's got another dollar to go. Unbelievable. Everything's ripping. Everything's hot. I mean, come on. Hertz is going up. Tiger found a bid the other day. Come on. Hell's freezing over. Tiger? Really? This piece of shit finds us some love at $4 and spikes to 575? Come on. It's the Wild West up in here. All right, y'all. Peace. You know where to find me. Latris on the Menjay.